Hi, welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. You've joined me at the Belfry again today, and we're on the Brabazon course this evening. And we're going to talk about the driver, and we're going to talk about what we should be doing, and then maybe how we go about actually doing that. So the aspect of the driver we're going to talk about is whether we should be hitting up on it or whether we should be hitting down on it. Now, there's a little bit out there at the moment on maybe different conflicting views on whether we should hit up on the ball or whether we should hit down on the ball. And I think this is confused a little bit by looking at what maybe the best golfers in the world do on the tour, because the general tendency at the moment is, on average, for the PGA Tour players to hit slightly down on the driver by maybe 1 degree or just a little bit more than that. Now, for the average golfer, so for the handicap golfer, hitting up on the driver is much, much better. In my personal view, the numbers out there suggest that you are going to get more distance if you can hit up on the golf ball. You can hit down on the golf ball. For me, if your ball speed is in excess of about 160, 165 miles an hour, if you can launch that golf ball into the air at 165, 170 miles an hour, you can probably hit down on it and not lose too much distance. Average PGA Tour numbers for ball speed is about 167, so I would suggest that the most people out there, the people who are watching this video, you're probably going to have a lot lower ball speed than that, therefore you need to hit up on the golf ball. Now, most golfers are told that they need to hit up on it, and whilst, as we've just said, I would agree with that, I think it's correct, I often feel that's possibly the worst bit of advice that people could get given. The reason for that is they get told, or golfers get told, you need to hit up on the driver. And often that's as much as they are told. So what we'll then often see is, from a starting position here, we know that the ball should be forward, we know it's pegged up, that's all good, but we will see very often golfers trying to hit up on the ball by doing this, okay? Now, as you can probably see from that video, that golf club is definitely going upwards, okay? It's definitely working upwards, but what you'll notice is my left wrist is in this condition here, and that's going to be a very, very weak shot. So just telling someone to hit up on it isn't enough, because there are different ways that we can hit up on the ball. If you simply stop the grip of the club, stop your lead arm, and get the right hand to release that golf club early, you will hit up on it. But you are going to get some very, very high spinny ball flights. You're not going to get a huge amount of ball speed, and you're not going to maximise your distance. So if that's not how we hit up on the ball, how do we hit up on it? Well, it's all to do with what we call side bend or axis tilt, and that's going to make sure we hit up on the golf ball. So, take a starting position, okay? And what we need you to try and feel is that from the top of the golf swing, the pelvis, or your hips, works a little bit laterally towards the target. What that will do is it will cause a little bit more bend to the side in your upper body, okay? Now from here, I could return to impact with my hands in front of the club head, but because of my body position, as I turn through the handle of the golf club, my hands are actually working upwards. So as you can see, I'm making this a little bit more extreme than it would be in reality, but you can see how from here, as I turn, the golf club, my hands, and the grip are all working upwards. Okay, wasn't meant to hit that ball off the tee peg there, but you can see how that golf club is working upwards. So that is also a golf club which is an upward hit. The difference being is we can maintain better loft on the golf club with the handle in this position rather than it being back here and adding loft. Now, the second way, the one we've just gone through there with the handle forwards and a bit more side bend, that's going to give you a higher launch angle but a lower spin rate. Now, we've all heard that that's the optimal way to hit the driver, get that ball launching nice and high with a low spin rate. That's how we do it. If we simply get told to hit up on it and we just think, right, weight on the back leg, let's really get that club working up this way, yes, you will be hitting up on it, but you will have a lot of spin. You will have a very high ball flight. You won't be maximising your distance, and we really want to with the driver. It's ease your game if you can hit it further. So, set yourself up. And what I want you to do initially is just do this as a drill. You're going to take your starting position. You're going to make a big backswing. You're going to move the pelvis towards the target while keeping your head centered. And as you turn through, you're going to feel that the hand of the golf club stays in front of the club head, but moves upwards. This is the feeling, okay? This is what I want to feel. Then from there, we can go ahead and go through into a finish, okay? It's going to be a very different feeling for you if you've been doing it the old way. But I can guarantee you a few practice sessions, a few routines, a few drills, you'll start to get it and you'll notice the ball flight. It will start a bit higher, but it will bore. It will be more like a rainbow flight, and that's exactly what we want. So, let me see if I can demonstrate one for you. We're on the 11th hole today. It's a little bit of a dog leg from left to right, so I'm going to try and knock this between the bunkers, if you can see those. and I'm going to try best I can and create those positions. We'll show it you from face on so you can see, and we'll slow it down as well so we can see those positions and see if I can create them. So let's have a go. Okay, pretty happy with that one. So hopefully we can see there that I did that the correct way. Ball flight certainly looked like I would expect it to look. Looked like a pretty good shape as well. Hopefully that's in the fairway, can't quite see from here. But make sure you give that a go. So double check what you're doing. There's two ways to hit up on it. If you're doing it the wrong way, you're costing yourself distance and you're making the game harder. So practice the correct way, you'll hit better shots and lower the scores.